The Richmond Education Association is calling on Richmond Public Schools to improve conditions and update their maintenance and auditing process. They realize, though, that is going to take funds, and that's why they're calling on City Council to amend the budget proposed by Mayor LeVar Stoney that does not fully fund RPS's needs.
Mold and building safety issues have just gotten out of hand.
These pictures, published in a new report from Richmond Public Schools, are the reality of what some teachers, students, and staff see on a daily basis.
A student of mine had a picture of a tile that fell out of one of our schoolrooms, ceilings today.
We also have water issues already cropping up there, which will be mold issues.
Members of the RPS union, known as the Richmond Education Association, met Thursday night to share concerns and a call for action. It's an issue the group has been advocating for over the last year. Staff and students reported the conditions were making some sick. However, it recently came to a head this month following results released from RPS that show nearly every school had visible signs of mold growth.
Teachers and staff working conditions are students' learning conditions. Again, students cannot have a conducive learning environment if people are worried about getting sick, if students are getting sick.
Some attendees shared they don't feel there is a clear timeline for when problems will be fixed. Others shared concerns over reporting issues due to fear of retaliation. While some expressed they feel frustrated, nothing is being done to fix the widespread problems.
You don't necessarily need to have an underlying health condition to be negatively affected by these school conditions. If you do, it puts you at an extremely increased risk, especially depending on what you're dealing with.
I've talked to people who worked at other schools, not the one I work at, who go home and blow their nose and it's black. That moved to a different school and suddenly realize that they're not sick all the time.
A spokesperson for Richmond Public Schools emphasized that the reports show all schools are safe. They say the report showed that the mold count inside schools were lower than outside of schools. They add, quote, "Mold is a naturally occurring substance and cannot be totally eliminated." RPS says they've also fixed half of the smaller issues the report found, and more will be fixed over the next month. They add they also are in the process of establishing their first facilities audit to review the status of all buildings. They hope to have completed by the end of the summer to allow the board to determine budget needs. REA says they're happy to see the school board is proposing resolutions around air quality in next year's budget. But now they're pushing their members to call on City Council to make changes to the budget. That's because the budget Mayor LeVar Stoney proposed Wednesday doesn't fully fund the RPS budget request.
So we need to be turning out people to City Council meetings and making a lot of noise and wearing red and really showing out for RPS and the students in RPS.
REA is calling on their members to show up to City Council's meeting on April 12th to speak. They're also asking them to reach out to their individual City Council members and show up to budget public hearings to make it clear that RPS needs to be fully funded. In Richmond, I'm Maggie Marshall, CBS 6 News.